Yo, it's LA's home for hip hop, Real 92.3. You already know what it is. Bootleg Kev, DJ Damage. We got my brother in the building right now. It smells really good in here.
Smells amazing.
We
Smells
got
natural in here.
Berner.
What's up with y'all,
What's
man?
up, Bern? How you been, man?
I'm good, man. Enjoying the busyness of LA.
Yes. So, like, for everybody who don't know, Berner is a Taylor Gang official artist.
Official tissue.
But he also happens to be like the I want to call you like the Warren Buffett of the hip hop weed game. Of
like
just
that.
the weed game, maybe, period. Like,
Yeah. I got my own little agency right now. We're starting, you know, my name is Cherry McGuire. You know what I'm saying?
Cherry
Maguire.
Yo, it's
So-
real though, bro. Like
Yeah,
you really helped, like, even Wiz kind of get involved on a lot of the business side of the cannabis industry, right?
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't understand that this shit is. I'm sorry. This business is a lot more
It's okay.
complicated.
We can edit it. We can
Okay,
edit
good.
it.
Yeah, this business is a lot
Clean it
more
up.
complicated than people think it is. People just want to throw a name on a strain and put it on the shelf. It doesn't really work like that. Like, people put their heart and souls into creating good weed, and it takes a lot of time, energy, and emotions to get what you smoke on the shelf. So, you know, I just kind of tapped in a lot of different ways. I spent a lot of time doing this, and Wiz is, you know, my brother. So I put him. You know.
Entrepreneur.
Yo, as somebody who formerly may or may not have sold marijuana, I feel like, I mean, your music is just like, yo, it's like obviously you were moving fucking weed prior to it being this big legal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But talk about the transition, because obviously there had to have been a point where it went from, like, you know, worrying about packs getting intercepted going to the Midwest to, you know, legally
Yeah, you know, like,
being
it's-
able to promote it and get official money.
For me
through it.
personally, the transition is beautiful because I've established a brand and a credibility and this business where it's like legit the logo could get licensed out, and we can come in and check out a facility and help curate their menu and give them all the advice they need to not mess up their business and their operation. And so for me, it's good. You know, I just want to see it legal anyways. I don't want to get pulled over and be looked at bad for having weed or smoking weed. I hate worrying about it when I go to other places. So at the end of the day, the transition for me has been cool because of, you know, how much work I put in, you know?
You know, we see you in the blogs, the vlogs that you make. We see you on stages. What were some of those growing pains as Berner, you know, to get to this point?
Man, the biggest growing pain is that everybody still thinks I'm with the business. So it's like you run into something like, "What's up, bro? I need like 100, bro." And it's like, "What?"
Yeah, boy, that's not how we get down
I've
no
been
more.
legit for a very long
Yeah.
time. So I think that, you know, you see the disappointment in some people's eyes. You know, it's like they look like a sad puppy. But the hardest thing for me really is just kind of like, you know, just kind of getting out of that lifestyle and being like paranoid from that lifestyle. Like, just I've been around this for a long time. So,
Yeah.
the hardest obstacle for me is being taken. I guess some people don't really take the music serious, but I got 26, maybe 27 albums under my belt, and they all sound good from top to bottom. They all ride. And so, you know, that might have been a little hurdle, but I think it's kind of resonating with people right now. You know?
Do you feel like because you know you put out the well, you didn't put it, but the Viceland put out the Bay Area thing, and you know,
yeah.
a lot of the homies were featured in it. But I remember you kind of had an issue with, they came and shot a lot of shit with you and they didn't use any of it.
Yeah, you know, my whole thing was I was at home getting some head, watching TV, relaxing, like legit, like the most relaxed day ever. And I get a call, they want to meet you, and I'm like, I know how this thing goes. They're gonna meet me, and they're not. It's just they're not gonna use it. No. They want to holler at you, woo woo. So I got out of my bed, I left my comfortable situation. I mean, like I said, I'm
Right.
topped off, smoking big, relaxing, and I go meet up with them and I spend some time with them, and they don't use it. And my whole thing is like, look, dude, I make legit. Every hour I'm making money, whether I'm on the phone, whether I'm thinking, whether I'm working. So you took money out of my pocket. You took away my Sundays
You took
watching
away your free
Goodfellas.
time, yeah.
It's like I'm chilling. So I ain't really tripping off it like that. But I just get sick when people waste my time. Like, the time is valuable. That's all. You know, you can't get it back. So
Is it like, because to me, I think it's a little frustrating because I'm a fan of your music. I think I think as an artist, you're very underrated. I think you put quality music out 4 or 5 times a year, man. I feel like it's crazy, but is it a little frustrating? Because I feel like the Bay, there's this new wave, like shout out to G-Eazy, shout out to Kaylani, obviously the HBK gang's been doing it for a very, very long time. But I don't feel like you get mentioned when, like, people talk about this new Bay Area renaissance. Is it kind of like frustrating to not be mentioned with the cool kids, or not?
You know, the way I look at it is like it's almost damn near an honor because I got my own lane and I've made it this far. Like, I mean, shout out to everybody here right now because I ain't even been in 106 Cameo. Like, I'm talking about, I sell out venues with 8,700 people in my city and I'm not on the radio.
Straight
so,
up.
you know, at the end of the day, like, it's frustrating, but it's not because I'm making a good amount of money right now, and my businesses are successful, and I can honestly say I did it from the ground up with the hardest, from the hardest grind ever, like with not being played on radio, not getting support from like, a lot of, media and television. I mean, really then the work got to pay off. And that's why, like you said, I drop 4 or 5 albums a year because I'm working 3 times as hard as the average artist. But I like it because, it's a blessing and a curse. At the end of the day, like the people that recognize me have definitely done their due diligence, and it's like a little cult. I feel like Tyler Durden almost from Fight Club.
Why do you feel like you don't get that recognition, musically?
I mean, I hate to say it, and I'm not going to be one of them conspiracy, but one, that I'm Latin. A lot of, it's hard for them to push. They can't really, I've heard one before, you're not black enough for this station, you're not Latin enough for this station. Well, I'm a person. I'm not anything but a person. So that made no sense. But I think it's one, because I'm Latin, two, just because of politics, and I don't really make music that caters to a mainstream audience. I make music you can ride to, get high to, and vibe to, and that might not really be what they're looking for. But at the end of the day, like in this room, there's love, and there's people acknowledge the work that I'm putting in, and that the music is timeless. You can listen to one of my albums probably like 10 years from now, it's still going to sound good. It's timeless. It's not like catching a fad or nothing like that. It's not like a certain time that people, everyone's trying to rap a certain way or rap over certain beats. Like, this is going to be just like a polo t-shirt. You bust out this polo sweater 10 years from now, it's still relevant. Yep. It's still going to work. And so that's how I try to make my music. So,
yo, talk about the independent grind, because obviously, man, like I remember you like putting out like records like Al Pacino and and then obviously we was playing your record in Vegas, the Yoko record, which is which had Big Crit, Chris Brown, Wiz on it, and that was 2010 or 11.
That was like in 2009 or 10, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was 2010.
Yeah, 10
crazy
or 11.
video, and I remember thinking like, dang man, this dude. Because I remember seeing your name like on like independent shit prior to that, but like that was like I think the first like really big look where people were like, oh shit, who is this random Mexican dude?
Got, like that video's got the best story ever too. That's Bay Area Wiggle 101, like the way we got the racetrack and the race cars, and I mean, people that looked like $150,000 video. I probably spent $11 grand on that video, and it was just mouthpiece. I went down there and convinced the dude to do it. But the independent grind is the best because you control when, how, where, and what you're gonna drop. So it's like me and Styles P just started vibing out. Nice. We just knocked out an album in 5 days.
That's crazy.
2 videos, the album cover, and a nice little blog, and we're dropping it end of June, and me and Dolph got one in the works to drop in August.
Full project?
Full project.
Dolph?
Yeah, me and Dolph.
Sick.
And it's on a whole nother wave than what me and Styles' album is. And it's a full album, me and Styles' album. Me and Wiz Khalifa got a full album dropping on Christmas called From Sea to Sail. So I'm able just to work without the headache. And when you're independent, if you do it right, like I'm clearing all the samples for the Wiz album right now myself. I'm getting it done.
That's why you got some time. You know?
You just like legit, like I was telling you on the way up, all these albums are done. So all I need to do is just kind of put it together a little bit. So,
who else would you like to collab with? I see you working with Dolph and of course Wiz.
Yeah.
You said Styles P. That's
Styles
sick right
P.
there.
Got a whole project with Cam?
Yeah, I got a project with Cameron. I've worked with Be Real multiple times. We have a whole series. About to start
Prohibition,
another one.
So who would you love to work with, man?
DJ Quick, man. Get at me, please. Come on, man.
Quick, what up, bro?
Man, come on,
Just
Quick.
get some of them quick beats.
Man, and I want him to produce a whole project because that's just like, I grew up on the Sugar Free and the Quick Hype. And I just feel like he could like match my style and put me on some whole game. That's who I've been that's on the bucket list, and we spoke about it once in person, but I need to execute.
I feel like Quick has like the most underrated diss line ever when he said EIHT, but should I continue? Maybe you left out the G because the G ain't in you. Who's this an MC?
Man,
that shit was so hard.
Look,
bro.
DJ Quick is hard as hell. He could rap his ass off. His beats are incredible, and I feel like if I sat with him and he heard some of my shit, he'd be like, man, I fuck with this dude, and so we'd be able to get that sound
I think
right.
most people too, like I just feel like most people just kind of like who aren't into your music, they see it, but I feel like more people got to give it a chance. Is the rap check? It's obviously, is it the smallest check that you're getting right now?
You know what? It's I ain't gonna lie. It's damn near the smallest check, but it's a damn good check. Because other businesses, it's not fair to compare Cookies as an animal.
Cookies is out of here.
Cookies
bro.
is.
I mean, I was living in Florida and it was at the mall in Tampa.
Yeah, Cookies is an animal, and then Hem 2O is an animal too. And that's just, this
Hem
our
2O,
second year.
yeah, for sure.
And everything else that I do is an animal, but rap money is cool. And that's another thing, going back to the independent hype. look, them iTunes checks on the first of the month is a beautiful thing. Shout out to Empire Distribution. Shout out to Terry
Gazi.
Yeah, you know, it's nice actually, real nice. You can live off it.
The thing is, everybody want to call themselves a boss. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. But like, what are those things that what does it really take to do that? You know, what's like a day to day? What do you have to handle? How much is on your plate, Berner?
Man, enough to make me go crazy. Look, you have to learn how to hold your pee. You got to be a professional pee holder because you know you never know.
That's important.
You got to be just moving. You got to be able to starve yourself. I sleep 4 hours a night. I invest all my own money into myself, so that way everything I'm working, I'm super passionate on. I'm not gonna lose no money, bro, especially my own money. So it takes a lot from your mind. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I am damn near lightweight crazy from running all these businesses. But at the end of the day, my kid's gonna be straight, and I'm gonna retire young, so I'm not tripping. Like at the end of the day, that's the whole goal: is retire like in the 40s. You know, people are dying young these days, man. I need some chill time. So.
Does it take a lot of money to kick off a business?
Nah, it takes mouthpiece to kick off a business.
Okay.
It's all about. It does take some money, but it's more about how passionate you are about it. The more hands-on you are with it, the more you can get it cracking. Because I done cracked off. I mean, Cookie started with 19,000. We're probably gonna do, you know, it's probably gonna hit close to 10 million this year, and from clothing. And I never learned nothing about clothing. I never went to school for it. I don't got no high school education. I don't know anything about anything except knowing that I was passionate about doing it. So, you know, you turn 19 G's into 10 million in a year.
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
That's what it took
That's
to kick
beautiful.
off.
And shout out to you and Spencer for keeping me laced, because I probably
that jacket looks mighty fine.
50% of the clothing I wear is Cookies.
And if you can, you could add me to that mailing list. You know, I love the support.
Yeah, you definitely in the Mafia box list, right? You know, the vibe was right when I walked in, so you're gonna get blessed. And we're putting all that in. I say that to say this though. I'm putting a lot of that money that we're making back into Cookies. So like this jacket,
I saw Cookies and Zoomies.
Yeah, and so
that's
but
major.
But like the jacket you're wearing. Man, we ain't making no money off that. The margins on it is small because it's
quality.
It's dope.
Crazy.
It's like a lot of streetwear companies do printables. That's where your margins are. So we putting it back into it. You know, we playing with it and flipping it around.
A lot of dope collabs with artists, whether
Hella
it's
dope
Gucci Mane or
collabs.
YG or
Gucci, YG,
Cam. The Dipset shit was fire.
The Dipset shit was fire. Finna do something with C Murder, Free C Murder, and
Damn.
you know, just a bunch of cool stuff, just random stuff, street shit.
Talk about like you said, you were kicking off a new series with Be Real, because Prohibition, you guys did 3 of them.
3, yep. I mean, he's my favorite artist to work with, man. He's just so easy to work with, and we get classic, timeless music together. So we were trying to think of a new name for a series. I'm damn near gonna tell him we just need to start a group, man.
Yo, it should be you, him, and y'all should get like Spitta or Dizzy Wright or somebody and do like a super.
See, we were with the dog, and we was just on tour with the dog. And
I
it was
saw
like,
that.
It was like we
That'd be crazy.
tried to reach out and kind of put it in the ear. You know, shout out to the dog. That's my big brother. I was like, look, man, you Be Real, me and Wiz or some super group.
That'd be. I mean, even if it's 5-6 song type situation, man.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Hey, is you were touring with Snoop? It's legendary on stage that one time Snoop outsmoked Wiz. Wiz coughed first. Everybody see that video?
Yeah.
Can you smoke? I mean, can you hang with Snoop? Do you think you can outsmoke Snoop?
You know, I don't know. I mean, we blaze big together. You know, it just depends.
Can you outsmoke Wiz?
I don't know. I mean, see, the thing is, Wiz likes a certain kind of weed. I smoke. Look, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You got 9 flavors to smoke from. So each one of these gives you a different high.
Right.
So I'm not saying I could outsmoke Wiz, because Wiz smokes like a chimney. You know, and
He
Yuck
does.
Mouth, shout out to Yuck Mouth.
Yuck Mouth,
Yuck
the
Mouth
Bay
back
Area
to back
legend.
too. You know, but I don't know. I mean, we smoke different weed, but Wiz is probably a little more crazier than I am. You know, he's probably he's an extremist. He'll probably just make sure that he smokes during the table and then be miserable
And then
later.
just have a shitty weekend.
Yeah, he'll just flash on everybody, you know, after he does that. But I don't know. I think we're all equal. You know,
100%.
Be Real smokes like Be Real smokes big too.
What's the new business? I know you got the Battle app,
Battle app is crazy.
which is funny because like people battle doing different shit. Like
Fidget spinner battles, and we got.
I don't even know how that happens.
We just got this dude that got arrested in Miami, the real Joker or Miami Joker, whatever, dude with the tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
Wild out.
Are you
He
talking about
was-
Stitches?
Nah, he's
another guy.
he's like a baby Stitches, or he's a wannabe Stitches, or maybe he's like an extended version of Stitches. But
Jesus,
you
it's
know,
terrible.
there's just weird talent on Battle App, but it's the best. Like, it's cool. It's actually really, really cool.
Did he get arrested for something he did on the Battle app?
No,
Oh,
He
okay.
was out waving guns in public, or they say, or something. I don't know.
Oh, I saw him. He looks like the Joker.
Yes, the Joker. That's
He was
what
on
it is.
World Star today.
But look, he was on Battle App for last month, and he was wearing a diaper, hiding in a cage with a shotgun. Like, he's crazy. Like,
What
that
the
guy.
fuck?
But that's what Battle App brings. Is it brings like the crazy people in the world out. It's tight.
Jesus.
He's looking like a gimp, dude. It was kind of crazy.
You are like you know, a boss, like I think like he was talking about the entrepreneurial thing earlier. What would you like some advice you would give to somebody who wants to start up a business, even if it's not in the weed game, just in general, man, like a young entrepreneur
yeah,
out
for
there?
sure. I got I'm gonna write a book one day when I get some time. But at the end of the day, the first number one rule is invest in yourself. Invest your own money, because when you invest your own money, you're gonna be a lot more like attentive to what's going on. The second thing I would say is be passionate about what you're going to invest in, because if you're not passionate about it and you're just trying to do some little quick thing, like, look, it took a minute to get cookies where it's at. So invest your own money, be passionate. And I say number 3 is be hands-on, because if you're not hands-on with your own brand or your business, man, people are stealing. It's gonna fall apart.
Yeah, stuff falls through the cracks.
Yeah, every design cookies comes out. I approve every design I design and come up with half the themes for it. You know, with the albums, I pick my own music. I sit there through all the mixing and mastering. You know, with the water, I'm at the fills at 4:30 in the morning to make sure there's no weird plastic taste, because it's a hot fill. Like, you got to really be about your business if you want to be about your business.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yo, your artwork on your albums are always like consistently fly as fuck. Like, even before, like, you were like really, really popping. I feel like you've always had.
Yo, well, that's another thing, is like packaging and branding is key. Like,
super important.
You know, that's what kind of separated me in the beginning when I was coming up, was people was like, man, Berner, he might not be dope, but look, the album cover is dope. All the beats are dope. The quality of the music is dope. It's consistent. It doesn't stop. So packaging and branding. You know?
What about for upcoming artists? Because I always like see artists like they'll hit me on Facebook like, "Hey man, should I pay to open up for an artist that's bigger than me?" Because that's a thing. You know
what?
It's a big thing.
Here's
and I've heard that you've done that before.
Yeah. So here's a good story for
in the
y'all.
Bay, right?
I'm gonna tell y'all like this. Look, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? But I used to pay to get on, and this one promoter would treat me hella funny. I show up like 10 strippers, and he would charge me to bring them on stage to dance. He can't get a show from me right now. 15, 20,000, 22, whatever. It ain't happening, bro. You can't do it. Get your money up. And that's the great revenge.
Comes full circle.
It's like, cool, I paid you back in the days to get on stage, and you treated me like the bum of the world, but now I'm not even going to take your money. I don't need it. It's the best feeling ever. It's like, it's almost damn near kind of like I'm damn near getting high thinking about telling him no on taking his money, because he's like, what do you mean no? And I'm just like, nah, bro.
But you do think it's all-right moves, sometimes to invest and pay to open up.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, look, this world moves fast. There's hella shit going on. You got to get heard somehow. Get on Battle App too. That's a good way to be.
Get on that Battle App.
Battle App is a great way to be found, for sure. Like, we see people's profiles explode within a week. They'll get more followers on Battle App and more interaction than on the Instagram they've had for years. But invest in yourself, man. If you got to pay to get on the show, make sure it's the right show. Make sure you're dope. Make sure what you're doing is like what you want people to hear. But don't do it all the time. Do it until you have to, and that's about it. Don't be the lick.
What's in the pipeline though, man? Obviously, we know about the music. You got any other businesses that you're going to be launching soon?
Man, Restash Jar, childproof weed jar. It's dope as hell. You could drop the glass jar, not break it.
Nice.
The weed business is huge for me right now. I mean, cookies. We got exotics. We got the whole lemonade
Shout out to
movement.
the cookies vacuum sealer too. That thing
saves
is super
a lot of people's
clutch.
lives. We made that for New York.
Yep.
The water, the app. I'm into. I'm really focused on the movie Packs right now. We're writing it with some union writers that have a pretty good
Movies in the pipeline.
Yeah, the movie's dope. I'm not trying to act myself. It's a story by me. It's a marijuana crime film.
So are you going to be in the movie, or you got someone playing you?
I'm not going to be in it.
Is it loosely based?
It's based on true events. It's about the rise of designer weed and trafficking. So like when that shit started hitting New York and Atlanta and Florida and Arizona and Indiana, it's about, no one's ever focused on the rise of designer weed. Like this weed that we're looking at right here, this, when it got around the world, like if you were in Virginia and you seen this, your mind was blown. You was smoking Mexican dirt weed before that. And so that whole thing was kind of like the blow era. So no one's covered it, and they probably won't cover it right. So that's what we're doing.
That's going to be a big movie.
It's going to be dope. That's why I didn't want to act in it. Like I want to act in it because a damn near low key probably
But you also know like you're going to have to take acting class. You want it to be as good as possible.
You know what? And I'm not like, I'm not buff. I want me to be buff and like, when I'm I want to be able to kind of exaggerate.
I'm not ready to hit the gym like that.
Yeah, not yet.
Yeah, I'm on that dad bod gang too, man.
Period. Dad bod is in, bro. Period.
It's super lit. Yo, how? Like I know that your daughter's the most important thing in your life. You always are posting about how much you miss her when you're not around her.
Yeah.
How do you when you, because you're gone a lot, obviously working. What's the easiest way besides is it FaceTime? Is it to just stay tapped in with the little one?
It's just real conversations. Like obviously FaceTime plays a big role and talking on the phone. But there's times where I get home from I don't know how long of being on the road, and I'll drive 2 hours to just go pick her up from school, have some lunch with her, talk with her, get her back home. We go on nice trips. She spends time with me. She's actually moving close to me. She's been living a couple hours away for the last 5 years, but she's actually moving 1 block away from me.
Beautiful, man.
And that's going to be the tightest experience in the world. It took a lot of, baby mama, you know how it is, but we're good friends and we worked this out.
Co-parenting is
co-parenting is key, and it's a big deal. So it's tight. I'm gonna have my kid there with me, and that's why that's why I said I want to retire young, because at the end of the day, when she gets into the teenage years, you know how it is.
Yeah.
She's a girl. She's beautiful. I need to be right there.
To check a mother.
When she gets into those years, what's one thing you definitely want to, put her on game about?
I mean, just at the end of the day, you can't trust no man. I've been teaching her since day one.
Yeah.
Like, you can't trust any guy, and if they don't treat you the way I treat you, they're not the ones. If they don't respect you and genuinely enjoy your company and your laugh and your smile, then they're not for you, and that's it.
Yo, have you, having your daughter get bigger, has it adjusted the way you treat females?
Hell yeah, I'm not a dirtbag no more.
Yo, my man used to be. Yeah. He got a video on World Star, I believe it was a chick hitting a joint out of her vagina.
Yeah, Asian bitch. Look, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, don't get it messed up. Girls love big dudes. I've been had it cracking since I was like 16.
Bird's been the man though. I've
had it cracking. I'm talking about lineups. Girls, I know you listen in LA. You know what it is. My whole LA squad. I'm sorry, ladies, I miss you, but I miss y'all, and I'm sure you miss me too. But at the end of the day, the daughter has definitely calmed me down, because
that's good, man.
You can't trust these damn girls.
No, you can't, especially you be on baller alert.
Yeah, all that shit.
Have you ever been through any of that kind of drama?
I'm always paranoid. I always think a girl's trying to set me up, so I probably created more drama than there was. But at the end of the day, it's like, you got to be woke, bro. These girls will get you caught up in some, some crazy things. They might be married. They might have an ex-pimp or ex-boyfriend that might want to know what you got going on. So I've probably always been more on the paranoid type, but I ain't never had no problems.
Good.
I've just only had girls tell me they're in love and want to kill themselves over me, and that's crazy. I'm just like,
Jesus.
That's that teddy bear effect.
That teddy bear effect. I like it.
Well, yo, Berner, obviously you got tons of music out. Pax is the last album that you dropped, right?
Yeah,
the full album.
Yeah, Pax went crazy, man.
Album's crazy, man.
That record, Nice, is getting a lot of play on XM.
Shout out to Quavo on the record.
Shout out to Paul Wall. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Cosmo and the Elevators. The production.
Are you to the point where you got to pay for a Quavo feature? Or does Quavo no, yo, man, I'm gonna do this feature, and whenever I'm in the Bay, I'm gonna get smoked out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't really pay for any features. But
I didn't think so.
Quavo made me pay for him.
He did.
I said, all right, little homie, here's your check. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do. But
that hook is fire, though.
The hook is fire, and he's getting it, and I respect it. And like I said, sometimes going back to the shows, sometimes you got to pay. All the group albums I do is out of pure vibes, out of respect, out of people want to work together. Quavo, that's the homie. We've been worked together on the record before, and it was love then, but he got a little bigger now. So he needed his issue, and it was a fair deal. But I'm not going to be one of the guys that fronted. I definitely took care of him, and I feel like it performed way more than I expected. Shout out to Quavo, man. I got this bag for you when you get back in town too, because this shit's gonna bust your lungs open. So
let's do it, man. Hey, this is the new record, though. If you guys don't know, Berner got literally, like he says, how many albums?
It's either 26 or 27.
It's crazy, man.
Working.
Go hit that Spotify and just catch up.
Yeah, just go hit that Pandora, or even go to YouTube if you even, whatever it is, just however you want to hear it.
Let's get this record on, man. It's featuring Quavo and Paul Wall. It's called Nice. New project with Styles P on the way in June, right?
Yep. It's called Vibes.
Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with it.
Wiz album in December.
Wiz album in December. It's called From Seed to Sale. And me and Dolph ain't named our album yet because it's too goddamn hard.
He was just up here, man. He's like the most serious dude ever up here.
Yeah, man.
He's the best, bro. He's cool. We got a good vibe going on our album.
I can't wait to hear it because y'all have worked together in the past and it's always been flames.
We really both come from that, so that's what's going to be tight.
It's lit, man. Yo, you already know what it is. It's always home for hip hop. Real 92.3, the homie Berner.